That's Tony Hancock in. Hancock's half hour.
Check. Have you installed locks on all the bedrooms, Sid? Check. Yeah, but I lost the keys, so I can't get back inside. I might have known. Do we have 3 secure cells? That's all I want to know, Sid. I don't care if they can't get in them, just as long as they can't get out of them. Don't worry, Hancock. I think Her Majesty's prisons say the residents have got their own keys. And I've worked out we could have a 4th bedroom if I put a couple of lags up in the bathroom. That's extra money. But where do you expect the residents to wash, Sid? What do they want to wash for? They'll only be here for a week. They could use the sink, or they could have a tin bath in front of the fire. They're sport for choice, aren't they? No. Lady Hampton won't be too happy with that, Sid. I think personal hygiene is high on our list of priorities. We'll get some air fresheners in. She won't notice the pong. I don't want any of that public barroom chat. We're supposed to be fine, upstanding citizens. You don't want to give the game away, do you? One misguided comment, we could miss out on millions. If you're so flaming upstanding and perfect, why don't you show the Lady Hampton and Sir Sloane Screw around yourself? I'll be there, don't worry, Sid. Keeping an eye on you, but I want you to suffer. This is your fault, don't forget. This is a rod you've made for your own back. It's time you learned a lesson, Sidney James. You've told one porky too many. Meanwhile, at number 21, railway cuttings.
This is more like the hub I had envisaged, Inspector Hancock. I like the little grill on the door and the security cameras in particular. The residents need to know we're keeping them safe.
I wasn't so worried about them, Lady Hampton. I was trying to keep us safe.
What? 2 big strapping fellows like yourself? You have nothing to be afraid of except fear itself, Constable Cummings. Ooh, you big girl's blouse. You're not scaredy cats, are you? You mustn't let the residents get a whiff of that sort of thing or you might regret it. Be manly, like me.
Don't worry, Sir Screw. Constable Sid is a black belt in Quando Quando. I'm not.
Did I just hear you call Dominic Cummings Sid? Who's this Sid?
Oh, don't worry about that. It's just a silly nickname I use at work. We're good friends, Sid and I mean, Dominic and I. You know, a jest here, a friendly joke there. Yeah, that's right, Sir Screw. And I call Inspector Hancock Susan. Which is my ex-wife's name.
Oh, that's a nice name. It suits you, Inspector Hancock. And I'll call you Susan as well. I'm going to join in the fun.
Yes, feel free. Why not? Thanks very much, Dominic.
To get back to business, we already have your first residents lined up. They have been specifically selected. We've checked into their backgrounds extensively.
Very thorough, most kind Lady Hampton. What Dominic and I were hoping for are nice, quiet, polite, civilised types. You know the sort where if you respect them, they'll respect you and all that.
Oh, balderdash! That's the opposite of what we want. We've selected the most dangerous, destructive, unruly and obnoxious short-termers we could find. They've all had bad experiences in tiny, semi-detached housing as well. We need to test you thoroughly, Governor Hancock. You do understand that, don't you? These residents are your guinea pigs, and you are their guinea pigs.
That's all very well, but I've never been bitten by a guinea pig, have I? Ain't gonna mess up any of the decor, are they, Lady Hampton? I spent hours doing the place up.
No, don't worry. They won't damage the prison. They'll tear it to pieces of swine. But we thought you might like to see just how insecure and unsafe number 21 is. Put your pedal to the metal, eh, Constable?
Yes, thank you very much. How nice of you to think of us.
Yes, we thought so too. We're always thinking of everyone else and not ourselves. Selfless we are.
Just one thing, Sir Screw. There's only 2 of us. What happens if the residents overpower us?
Well, it doesn't matter if they escape. We'll send out a search party to rescue them, and then they can have another go at testing out the facilities.
Repeat offenders, are they?
That's the whole point. We're trying to break the cycle of offending. Whilst you may end up battered and blue, the place in ruins, but if you save one poor soul, I think it makes it all worthwhile. Don't you?
True, absolutely. You took the words right out of my mouth. Pardon me for saying, but Sir Screw, I can't keep repairing damage every time we get a new bunch of prisoners. I mean, residents.
Yes, I'm glad you corrected yourself, Constable Cummings. You must try and use the right vocabulary at all times. We don't want to hurt their feelings. They might sue us for microaggression. But don't worry. You can put them to work repairing the damage when we welcome them back.
That's not so bad. Free labour, eh, Constable Cummings? That will lighten the load, won't it? A few extra labourers at your beck and call.
Free? Oh, I don't think so. You'll have to pay them the minimum wage. They aren't slaves. They require support and training.
Minimum wage? But they're the ones who caused the damage in the first place. Who's paying for all this wokery?
I'm afraid you are, Inspector Hancock. The residents didn't ask to be here, did they? You'll have to be able to see things from their point of view from now on.
That's all very well, but it's their ruddy point of view that's got them in prison in the first place.
Language, Mr. Hancock. I'm beginning to have second thoughts about your suitability. I don't want you upsetting the residents with bad language.
You're having second thoughts. I don't want you upsetting the residents with bad language. Hang on, Inspector Hancock. We don't want any misguided comments, do we? Are you all right? Did that full English hit you, Hancock? I'm all right. I think it just brushed me on the way out the window. Have you been upsetting the residents with your cooking again? I can't take much more. How many more days have we got left with this lot? It's like a life sentence already. Here, Knuckles, how many more days before we have to let you lot out?
I don't want to be let out, Constable Cummings. I haven't had so much fun in years. I would just like to say thank you, Governor Hancock. We're going to ask if next time we're naughty, we can come back here, because it's been one long party. If ever you need a reference, I'll give you one.
I'm afraid I'm going to have to reject your offer, madam. I've got plenty of references, thank you very much. And references from the criminal fraternity do not go down very well in this profession. I know. How about saying you ain't never coming back because you're going straight? That's the sort of thing our lot want to hear, Katie.
But that would be a lie. You're not trying to get me to tell lies, are you, Constable Cummings?
Not at all, Katie. We're not woke in here. You just get stuck in. Tell it like it is. Freedom for the East G Massive, eh?
What have you got for dinner? I've worked up quite an appetite, smashing the fixtures and fittings.
What do you want dinner for? You've only just thrown your breakfast out the window.
I'm a vegetarian. I put it on the form P823786 you gave me. I require special treatment, I do. You need to treat me with kid gloves, or rather with vegan alternatives.
Right, everyone, talking about paperwork, I've got a questionnaire for you because I have to report back to HM Prisons on your progress. So, Katie, you have already remarked on how you've enjoyed your stay, but how can we improve? If there are no possible improvements, just say no.
Improvements, Governor Hancock? There's hundreds. I've written them all down, and in particular, I would like Constable Cummings to pay me a bit more attention, on account he's so cuddly and good-looking.
What are you talking about, more attention? What attention are we talking about?
I'm a little bit shy. I'm reluctant to say anything in front of Constable Cummings there.
It's just that you said cuddly and good-looking. I want to make sure we're talking about the same person. It's all right, Inspector Hancock. I have been looking after Katie, but I don't know what she means by attention. Honest, I don't.
He used to make me breakfast in bed, but he doesn't do it anymore when I ask him to. And he doesn't tuck me in at night.
Madam, Warder Cummings is not supposed to do either of those things. This is not an hotel. Thanks for standing up to me, Hancock. I'm not a laddie. I'm not here to wait on you hand and foot.
If you don't, I'll tell the Board of Governors. I was assured the service in here was second to none.
That's right, Constable Cummings. Pull your finger out. The next day at number 21.
Now all the residents have left Her Majesty Hub. The cuttings is Jim. We can convene our first Board of Governors meeting. Now, Inspector Hancock, could you read your report regarding the first lot of alumni at your new private prison?
We had a most enjoyable week, and the weather was nice, and the residents all had a lovely time and have returned to the outside world with many happy memories.
I beg to differ, Inspector Hancock. I saw you. I visited you without you named. I stood outside and there were screams. I was most concerned.
And I almost called the police.
That would be screams of joy, Sir Screw, I can assure you.
And a plate of some muck containing shriveled mushrooms, burnt bacon and black pudding, or what I assume was black pudding, struck me on the arm after being thrown out of a window.
That sounds like one of my full English breakfasts. Have you still got it?
No, mercifully I haven't.
I'm afraid the very thought of it makes me want to gag.
Apologise, Sid. I mean Dominic. He isn't really a cook, Sir Screw. He likes to think he is, but we didn't have enough time to train him.
I'm afraid I have to admonish you, Inspector Hancock. Although we don't expect our residents to be put under an authoritarian system, we do expect reasonable discipline to be maintained.
Well, I try. My God, I can't tell you how I've tried to ensure that Constable Cummings behaves himself. He's inclined to go off the rails every now and again. Nothing serious, of course.
I wasn't talking about Constable Cummings. Some residents say you were out of control and spent a lot of the time chasing them around the hub. Well, what was that all about? Not hanky-panky, I hope. That's definitely off the menu.
Nothing of the sort, I can assure you. I was chasing the residents around the hub, your ladyship, because I was trying to get my trousers back.
Get them back, Inspector Hancock? Why on earth did you need to get them back?
Because the residents were throwing them around from one person to another, like Piggy in the Middle. You know, like the game you played at school, Lady Hampton.
I have never played Pig in the Middle at school, Inspector Hancock. I didn't go to one of those sorts of schools. More importantly, Inspector Hancock, why weren't you wearing them?
Don't get me wrong, they weren't the trousers I was wearing, Lady Hampton.
So what trousers were you wearing?
You're jumping to conclusions. I wasn't wearing any.
No, don't waste any more time on him, Lady Hampton. He's one of those men who like to expose themselves to other men.
No. I think there's been a slight misunderstanding here. I was wearing prison shorts. You know, those grey ones with the elasticated waistband. Prison issue. I was wearing the correct uniform. They found some of my old trousers in the cupboard in my office.
Of course, Inspector Hancock. I got the wrong end of the stick entirely, didn't I? So, in summary, in spite of your shortcomings, we've decided to award the contract for a new prison hub to your company, with one proviso.
Just you name it, Lady Hampton, and Dominic will do it. Won't you, Dominic?
Well, we want you to knock numbers 23 and 21 into one premises to make a larger hub.
How are we going to get out of this, Sid? When's Mr. Webster back? He's back next week. It will be a pleasure, Lady Hampton. We'll do it. Come on, you can't.
Oh no, man. What are you doing?
Television presents Tony Hancock in
Fouling to steal a diamond ring valued at 20...